might be the 16, it might be the 14. I can't remember what year it was when I bought it, but it's apparently like from the Jinx store. Do you remember the company Jinx from back in the day?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It was like
throwback.
2014, 2016 Jinx. It might be 2014, but
I wonder, are they still around?
Jinx? I think there's a fucking ghost of them somewhere.
I was like, I totally forgot they existed. Alright, double checking on this. Well, at this point, I'm like quadruple checking.
Yeah, we should probably. Yeah, we should.
Oh, that's gonna be so good. You know what the problem was? It's gonna sound so stupid.
Wires.
I was using the wrong mic to record. It was coming from my webcam,
Yeah.
and not my actual.
See, but you figured it out though. How cool is that?
Hey, fifth time is the charm.
Hey, it works out, man.
All right. Good on my end. She looks good. Yeah. Yeah. Take a little toke.
A little smacky schmeat.
Dude, I've been playing Where Winds Meet.
I saw your post about it.
I'm addicted. I stayed up until like 8 a.m. streaming it.
Gross. I just finished Hades 2, at least roll credits, like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago.
Hell yeah. Nice. How'd you like it?
Yeah. Oh, dude. I loved Hades 1. Hades 2 is
Okay.
fucking somehow even better. And, like, it hit me, like, right in the feels at the end. I was like, God damn it, dude. Like,
God.
come on now. Like, my Game of the Year lock-in was, like, immediate. I knew exactly what I was voting for Game of the Year. And then this happened. I'm like, fuck, I see why it's also
it's
up there.
I think Hades would win it. It's kind of hard. It's definitely between Hades and the Expedition. Yeah.
Expedition will sweep.
That's
Or
what
it'll
I'm
get
thinking.
fucked, and they'll put it in for indie category, and Hades will get fucked, and I'll be mad.
That would be
I want
crazy.
Expedition to take Game of the Year, and I want Hades to take Indie Game of the Year, despite both of them being
Okay.
indie titles.
Is Expedition considered indie?
It was their first... dude, that is an ex-Ubisoft guy who fucking was working on this passion project on the side, and then wanted to like make his own game, and he got a bunch of people off of like Reddit and shit like that, and then somehow landed the contract for the voiceover, and so that's where you're getting like Charlie Cox and like a whole bunch of fucking top tier. Dude, that's the story of the creation of Expedition is crazy. Technically making it an indie game, but that game fucking
awesome.
dude.
Okay.
It is.
Then,
I
you know
could
what? Then
I could go
want
off
them
for
to win.
hours.
I want them to win.
Yeah.
then.
I could go off for hours about Expedition 33 being fucking Game of the Year, especially with the resources allocated. That game
Yeah,
is
I thought
fucking.
it was-
Have you played it? So you haven't played it yet?
No, I've watched gameplay.
Dog,
But
lock
I
the
know
fuck
it's beautiful.
in, bro.
Like
Lock the fuck in.
that's literally. I think I didn't. I chose not to play it because of how good it looks. I was like, that's gonna suck me in.
It was the first game I stopped streaming because I was like, no, I can't spoil any of this. Like I can't. No,
It's
like
just that
you
good.
have to play this game. Yeah, that fucking good. Anything else, I'm like, here you go, fucking enjoy it. But
That's kind of how I felt about Where the Winds Meet, and then I was like, no, I don't really care. I'm not doing crazy shit. I'm out
yeah,
here
I'm gonna have to look
picking-
into that.
I'm out here picking raspberries and shit. Like, I'm not leaking nothing.
Well,
Yeah, no.
we should probably save these conversations for the start.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have
Adam
no
is
problem
a
running
pro
back,
talker.
dude. I say the same fucking
I mean,
thing today.
He
Yeah,
is
we
the-
probably can talk
He
about a
has the
million
gift
things
of gab,
anyway.
so that's why I'm not even stressing it.
That's quite literally what I do for a living. I was like, it's a fucking, like a Japanese fucking. Oh, this looks fire as shit.
Oh, you're talking about
This is
yeah.
an MMO.
Yep, multiplayer. You
Fuck
can play
me.
solo. You can play with friends. You can do it half and half.
Oh, it's free. Oh, fucking lock me the fuck in, dude.
Oh, I don't ever suggest anything that's not free.
I mean, also fucking fair.
I know everybody like that's the first one. It was like, how much is it? I'm like, oh, don't worry, it's free. If I'm playing it, it's most likely free.
Right. Does he have what I think he has?
Yes.
No, you do not, dude.
Is that what you were looking for this whole time?
Yes.
Oh, that's fire. You did not have to come that swaggy. You did not have to show up and show out like that.
No, dude, that is one of my favorite fucking pieces.
That's actually
That's
fire.
cool.
And it has your name on it?
Oh, dude.
Dude, that is
Let's
sick.
go, dude.
That is so sick.
Fucking A. I have literal goosebumps right now. Dude.
I'm
I am
like, that
tripping
actually
hard.
is.
Let's go.
I haven't been jealous in a
I'm
long
like
time.
gonna cry, dude. I'm not even fucking kidding you right now. This is crazy.
Liquid fans.
Yo, team.
Let's
I got
go.
Team Liquid in the building today. This is great.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah. No, TikTok is awesome. Even the management was.
We'll be sure.
really-
We'll be sure to
really
tag
really
them
good.
in this.
Oh my god! I put this on the B-roll.
That's
No
fire.
Yeah,
way.
cozy, too.
dude. Oh,
I
I
Yeah.
bet.
comfy.
That shit looks
Yeah,
so
it's super
comfortable.
comfy. Yeah. It's like a tech gear. The inside is like.
You
Is that
badass,
soft?
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
You fucking.
It's like a warm
badass.
hug.
Yeah. It is.
All right, I'm gonna hit record
Hell
because
yeah.
this is a perfect start.
I just got
Alright.
flash banged by fucking royalty over here.
Dude.
I had to match your flex.
It wasn't a flag. This is my daily gear,
Yeah, he
dude. I'm
just
not even
wears
kidding
that.
you. I have people
That's
ask me like,
fire.
"Oh, are you into chess?" I'm like, this is gonna get real deep. No.
Just let me
I'm bad
let me
at
spit it
chess.
to you. Alright, put that up there so I remember. Alright. Jeez. You guys are awesome already.
What are our topics for today?
Well, we're just gonna go into. Well, obviously, we're gonna touch on you guys' whole team for a little bit too. But Adam here is a very respectable radio host here in Idaho, and that's also something that's definitely gonna be an interesting convo because he's done a lot in the industry for many years.
Couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple years.
Just a,
Glazing.
just a few.
Glaze me. Just
Oh,
glaze
I
all
am,
over my
I
face.
Oh, you're getting
I
glazed.
am. I can't. I'm married.
Looking like a donut.
Ah,
I
okay,
can't.
so
I'm
I'm
married.
engaged, but I
I
think-
love that.
I think this is allowed though. Like I feel like boys glazing is a little different than like literal glazing.
It's totally allowed. It's 100%.
Who said I'm not literally glazing?
Like it's not literal. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Honey, it's with the boys. It's okay. It's not cheating.
It's with the boys.
I mean, you never know. It's 2025, right? So,
Yo, this is facts.
if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, fair.
All right, guys. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Long Island Gaming League's Fireside Gamer Stories. I'm here with your host, BKB, and yours truly, Commando FTW. And then we got a special guest on the show today, one of my awesome friends that has done a lot in the entertainment industry. And so we're just going to leave it up to you, Adam. Take it away. Give me a good intro.
Hey, yeah, I'm Adam Chizu McGuire because everybody introduces themselves with their tag now. I am by trade a radio personality and commercial production manager, so meaning I make commercials for radio, some TV, and some other stuff. But by night, I am a diehard gamer. I am a big game guy in any way, shape, or form. Esports Superfan, as you can tell. I'm still currently shaking in my boots, seeing BKB over here, which is insane. As always, let's go Liquid. I've got crazy stories about anything related to esports. I'm a fan of fanning. I love competition, whether it's sports, whether it's esports. Like you get me in a game of like Magic or any kind of board games, I'm gonna get like 10 times like worse than normal. I love nerd culture, and then I was able to bleed that in with my profession as a professional radio DJ. I've been doing it for 15 years. For a hard rock alternative station called 100.3 The X out here in Boise. So I have a afternoon show, afternoon drive from 3 to 8, and was able to take my love of video games and stuff like that and my actual job in radio, the gift of gab, and I've slammed it together. I do casting here and there. Not so much necessarily as I have, but I've done huge events like DreamHack Atlanta. I helped with Boise State Esports here for a while. If it has to do with gaming, I've been involved in some way, shape, or form. I've done my time, as they say. And I'm just honored. No, hold on a second. I won't go that far, but I'm honored and privileged to be here with you guys. Commando, you and I, we play some Rocket League every now and then. And then BKB walks out rocking the liquor. He's like, "Hey, by the way," I was like, "Wait a minute, hold on. I'm living my dream right now." So thank you guys so much for having me on.
No, it's actually really funny because I was telling like when I knew this episode was gonna happen, I'm like, oh man, like I'm pretty sure BKB was on a team, but I'm like, I think it's Liquid, but I'm not too sure. I knew it was a big team, and then it just went so perfect. The Superfan, the ex-pro player, like that's freaking awesome.
I mean, yeah, that's the past. It's 8 years now, but just for as a fact, it was 3 teams. They were like big. There were more, but they were like tier 2. But the bigger ones was actually the first team. I told you the story, Commando. I was the first one to get a professional organization in Heroes of the Storm, which was SK Gaming. Gaming back in the time was like the org, bro. In Counter Strike, in
Top
League,
tier.
in like Quake, like it was the org, and then it was Virtus Pro, which is the Russian organization, and now the last one was Team Liquid, and then unfortunately, Blizzard killed the league.
Murdered it. It's so unfortunate, dude. Like, as a guy who started with League, the reason I'm a Team Liquid fan is because of Curse, which is a League of Legends team that then got acquired by Liquid.
Yes.
The Heroes of the Storm situation in and of itself, I love Heroes of the Storm. I'm terrible at it, but I thought it was a great game, and you lose that support, and it's just unfortunate, man. And that's just kind of the state of gaming. I mean, you look at League somewhere down the road, they're gonna announce League 2, and then like what happens, kind of deal. Counter-Strike CS2 kind of thing. The ebbs and flows of the esports ethos is different. You look at like traditional sports. Football's always been football. Basketball's always been basketball. But a single patch note will shake a game to its core. Let alone leaving that title to go to another title. So I think that's what I love about esports in general, is just like the constant ebb and flows and adjustments too. But it also means that stuff gets left behind, which just sucks.
I would like to add quickly. I don't know what is going on with like media or the like just information flowing around, but if you actually look at the stats are not bad. They're still growing. Like Counter-Strike had the most concurrent people online that it ever had, right? So maybe esports is kind of little bit going down, like in prize pools, maybe in investor sponsorships, right? But we cannot ignore other factors, like that the games are actually still growing. That's majority just because of esports, because like nowhere the games are not pushed anymore in an open market. Like they don't have to advertise Counter-Strike. Everyone knows that everyone and their grannies know about Counter, right? But it's about the esports when they see a play or TikTok, and then they're like, okay, let me try. What I'm trying to say with this is that it's mostly just I think the prize pools, and honestly that's about it. Even viewership, I checked on League of Legends, and I think last year was the biggest one, or this one. You might have to correct me if you guys know, but I still think it's like the same amount,
certain games aren't going to go
It's not nearly as high as it's been, but it is lower, and people see that as a reason to panic. And I think in the last couple of years, like just companies in general are trying to cut costs, whether it's esports or anywhere else. It's like we can't be offering $50 million for Faker to take it a fourth time.
True.
And so I think it's more of a sustainability thing. You have to make cuts in certain places. You can't just continually offer up this revenue if it's not there to be reciprocated, kind of thing. And so it causes people to panic, but it's not going anywhere, I think, is kind of what you're saying, is that it's still healthy.
It just has to. It's like sports. But personally, I don't have time to watch sports, but I would still choose to watch esports. Like like all the games, right? But it's like same in the sports. Like mostly why the players are paid millions. Why? Does anyone know? Of course, it's like the viewership, right?
I
People
mean, I
buying
never
tickets,
understood how the
tuning in.
pay
But what
works
is
in
the first?
sports.
What is the most important thing? Where's the Where's the budget generated from? Do you guys know?
In
Sponsorship.
sports?
Yes, but main thing, where does the money flow?
Like the players and the, like
Fans.
what?
No,
Oh, the
fans.
fans. Yeah.
Oh
What
yeah,
what do
yeah.
fans
The
buy?
ticket,
What do fans buy? What do fans buy
tickets.
to
Affiliate.
support their team?
Oh,
Yeah.
merch.
Yep.
Merchandise.
Merch,
That is
baby.
merch is the biggest amount of,
Yeah,
of,
you guys
of
are.
it.
I mean, I got my merch,
And-
but shout out Streamlabs.
But we are a small percentage. That's the thing in esports. It's a problem. The sponsors, investors, they don't see the money. Like, like you mentioned, it's basically just straight up players are getting overpaid. That's the reality. Like tier two, like in HOTS, I don't like if we're disclosing information, whatever. I don't care. It's been 8 years, but we got
It's
paid
been
like
8 years.
depends who what team, what player you are. Like the team, each player was paid the same amount. It was always equal, right? But but the teams obviously differed. Some team that was even worse
Yes.
than you got paid more, but their contract might differ for different reasons. But we got paid like from like lowest 2 to like 10,000, you know,
Per team
back then,
or per
and that was
person?
no per person,
Okay.
per person a month, a
Jesus,
salary.
that's
That was
fantastic.
that was like insane for that time.
Sign me up.
But
That's the same
nowadays,
for right
like,
now.
yeah, and that was tier two, so you understand. But tier one esports like Dota, CS, League, you know, bro, they make at least like even tier twos. Some CS tier two players they make up to like 30K. Like the main ones go easily, like
That'd be nice.
like up to yeah, like 200 a month, like 150. I'm not saying precise numbers.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
yeah,
let's
yeah.
say
You're
my
just
guesses.
giving
But I've
round
heard a
houses.
thing or two, and that is what's hurting esports right now.
Well, I mean,
Well, then like you have the other side of it, like the off season where it's like a guy's making X amount, and then suddenly he's out of job because the new up and comer takes it, or he just doesn't mesh with the team. There's so many factors that change the trajectory of a player. It's insane. It brings up a very, like you said, some do people deserve to be making X amount? Does Faker deserve to be making what he is? I mean, outside of everything else, one could argue absolutely the sixth time.
yeah.
But then there are other players who don't produce results are still making absurd amounts, or do you save on a team roster overall by bringing in a nobody who might produce results?
Yes.
It's such a crazy conversation as far as like salary and stuff like that.
It can go deeper, but I think Faker is a very niche example.
Oh, 100%.
Just because,
It's just
because
easier to bring
no,
in.
just because where he lives. Just so you understand, I know this for a fact. And by the way, I'm gonna flex again.
Huh?
In IEM Katowice,
Mhm.
we had booths, right? Like just booths to play, right? And there were like hundreds of them because there were different category of games like League, Dota, HOT, CS, right?
Okay.
And I was at Virtus Pro back then. Shout out to Pasha Biceps if you know. Yeah, exactly. And what I'm trying to say is, guess who was next to our booth?
Was it Faker?
SK with Baker himself.
I swear I didn't want to be a bother. He was already big at that time.
You
but
don't
I
want
was
to be a
standing
fanboy.
next to it. I was glazing him, and I was standing like five feet away. But yeah, because yeah.
It's just an interesting landscape. It's such an interesting landscape.
Where I'm going to this, that was again back in that. There's always a follow-up story. That was back in again 8 years ago. But
Yeah.
now he's even so far ahead. Just so you understand, there's they have their own like Premier Soccer League,
Yeah.
right? Guess who comes in the team room, where they dress up, get ready to
The
go out.
locker room. Yeah, yeah.
Guess who comes in and gives them motivations?
Ryan Reynolds.
Faker, bro.
Okay.
It's always been about Faker.
I
It's
only-
always Faker, dude.
Commandos flying somewhere, but no, it's Faker, bro. It's a professional
Thank
League
you,
of
D.
Legends player goes to a soccer team and gives them a motivational speech before they go on the field. that's what I'm saying. The value, the entertainment value is different. How because of the culture and how big is esports in general. Like here in Europe or USA or Europe, like if you would say, "Yo, I'm gonna be a pro StarCraft player," you gonna get like pow slapped by your mama or daddy, right? But but back there, you still get slapped.
I was like,
But
yeah,
the
you'd still
parents,
get slapped.
but the parents know that it's real because back then even they have like the infrastructure is just different level.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things, because you're talking about like the state of esports, but like uh, Adam actually went to, what was it, Worlds?
So I will. Well, multiples. So I try to hit
Multiples.
I try to hit multiples. AO. An esports event a year. Whether it's something I'm like super attached to or I stumble into something. So like in my day to day, so like I'm like cutting audio or I'm like doing my radio stuff. I have a stream open in some way, shape, or form. It's just
Watching
whatever's on based
something.
on the time zone. And like I have to have background noise, whether it's an audiobook, like an esport going on in the background, whether it's tier 1, tier 2. It doesn't matter. I gotta have background noise. So you mentioned Worlds. I got engaged at League of Legends Worlds in New York City.
I wanted you to bring
in
that up so bad.
Yeah, so I went to the League of Legends Worlds when it was in New York for the group stages, and I got engaged there, like because that is my mecca, and it was like my first time ever being to like something that fucking big. Like I can't explain just like Worlds in and of itself. New York City and New York, just oh my god, it was awesome. But just within the last year, was it this year? It was this year.
It was this year.
My fiance and I won a trip from Team Liquid, one of those like, share, retweet motherfuckers, to go to go to EWC in Saudi Arabia.
That's what it was.
And so we did a week in EWC to go see League of Legends, Dota, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, Overwatch, and there's a fifth game I'm forgetting. It wasn't Counter-Strike or anything like that because the big two were there, the MOBAs were there.
Yeah.
But like, so I love my esports events, and yeah, Worlds for League of Legends was one thing. EWC was fucking awesome. I'm gonna come out and say that. It's just one of those things where there's so much going on. It's hard to like take it all in. You have to decide, like, am I gonna go watch Dota? Am I gonna sit and watch, League of Legends, which is like my game? But like, I honestly think my favorite part of the Saudi Arabia trip, despite it being free, which is the biggest thing because I don't have $5,000 to send us to go watch video games as much as I wish I did, but was watching like Mobile Legends Bang Bang, which I didn't realize is like a massive MOBA for mobile players.
I had no idea.
And like watching that was insane. It was like I had no idea what the hell was going on. The other super fans that won had no idea what was going on, but it was just like this experience of like, holy hell, like, we're watching the League of Legends stuff. Like everybody knows Gen G, everybody knows SKT, everybody like knows Mad Koi, whatever. That was one thing, but then to go watch a game we had no idea what was going on and enjoying it like almost more. Like I don't know how to explain that. It was crazy.
It was probably the energy and also the fact that you kind of understand what's going on just because you played League and that game is a copy of League.
Exactly.
And Commando, we talked about this, I think, in 2 previous episodes. Remember when we talked about the reality of esports?
Yes.
Because honestly, nobody knows. Maybe like 2% of people, like, or maybe more. But like, if you don't look it up or if you don't hear about it, you will never think about it. But the most paid esports games are on phone.
Oh yeah, the mobile games.
It stems from. It's so big in like Asia, like saying Taiwan, like it's bigger than League. I'm telling you, it really is. The numbers are not, but the players, investors, everything. Because if you go, there's a website, esportsearnings.com, right? You can look up games, teams, players, whatever. You'll see which team has made the most money, which player has ever made the most money. Yeah, I'm like, I'm somewhere there.
Damn.
But what happens is, you see the games, when you click on the games, you would think the first game, CS, the second game, Dota, third game, League, right? No, it's not. First game is mobile,
Mobile Legends.
yeah, Mobile Legends, bang bang. Second one, guess what?
Ask me.
Bangalore.
PUBG,
Oh.
PUBG. Yeah.
PUBG. And this is all played in Asia or like even deeper in the deeps, in the trenches.
In the trenches of the
But,
world, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but and why we ask the question is simple answer. It's just because of the accessibility.
Yeah, everyone has a phone.
People, especially in Asia, are unfortunately a little bit less fortunate. Okay, so what they do is they just tend to buy a phone, and there we go.
Grind it on there.
Start playing. Yeah, that's it. That's the reality of it.
No, I
There's
agree.
a thing on Amazon. It's like a docu series or whatever that depicts like the first Esports World Cup, and like is a big piece of it is that the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Team Liquid team. 99% of their players are like, we won $50,000, and like people who are more privileged are like 50,000. Oh, I make that in this is life-changing money for them.
Yeah.
This is I can buy a house with a fucking farm on a phone, and it's because it is
In a
so
bed.
accessible. And I am a fan of that. I love that. Give me an underdog story any day of the week, but the
Take it.
accessibility of it. I don't need a $1,500 PC to go do it.
Nope.
I don't need to, go to the PC Bang every day. I am sitting at my house that it might be dilapidated and less fortunate than others, and I have a chance to be the best in the world
That's
all
pretty
fucking
cool.
day.
That's
all
And
day.
make a living out of it, and
make a living.
and buy potentially a house for your mama and daughter.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
You can get
insane.
generational wealth off of playing on your phone.
Yeah, I mean those games really, because I said again, to s- to how to say, amplify what I said is that it all comes down to investors and sponsors, and for whatever reason, which I think is the reason, if I recall correctly, is the accessibility, and more people have phones than computers. So again, it's more appetizing for the investors to look at those numbers and even think about the future. Maybe even like not so near, but like the esports does not have to be on computer, and it's already showing and proving, and that's why they keep pumping money, like crazy amounts of money
Oh
for
yeah.
tournaments. Not like, shout out to Dota when it was 2021 or which year it had 40 effing millions, bro. And because they had a crazy ass system, which was what was it, the what was it
Vegas
called?
pool?
Yeah,
Like the
where you could,
crowdsourcing.
yeah, exactly. And people, buy stuff, and the money goes into the,
Smart.
some of it, and yeah, some people can even donate, I think, and it just goes there, and after a few months, boom, it's 40 mil. And then something happened. Now they had the international for, I think, 1 million, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 million, something like that.
Yeah.
And again, problem of sponsors and investors, because I don't know, even the greed of Valve, like why stop it? Like why it was such a it was such a prestige thing already, and you amplified it by making them fight for $40 million. And now, and just because you denied the same energy, the same effect, the wow effect, right? It unfortunately does not feel the same. Before, I would watch every international like it was like a tradition. Like, I'm doing this, I'm not going to sleep, I'm watching till I can. And now it's like, I turn it on and I just wait probably for like top 8, and then, like something like that. And
Yeah.
it just goes again because, when you make something so good, like when you're like, it's like lifestyle. I'm gonna cut it right now just so I don't go deeper, but it's like lifestyle. When you get used to this lifestyle, right? And then you drop down to this type of lifestyle,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, it's just not the same.
Yeah, that
And
kind of
you
sucks.
just need to get back to the same thing to get the same feeling. So it's the same with even the prize pools. It's a lot more entertaining simply, watching them fight for more money, and that they are more hungry. Like, you cannot compare 2 mil with 40 mil.
Yeah.
That's like them playing 20 tournaments like that instead of playing one, if we do the math. one tournament against 20 tournament. Do
Which
you
is a lot
think they
more
want to play
work.
10, 12 hours a day, every day, watching VODs, talking
I
with
mean,
the coaches?
that is the
And
grind
bro,
though.
it is the grind, but I'm telling you right now, you can ask any ex or current pro player, they are mentally drained. There are some
Oh yeah.
exceptions, but at the end of the day, it becomes a work. And when you have a tournament after tournament after tournament, if you look at like CS, you know,
Oh yeah. No,
like
it's work.
it's insane. Like,
No.
that's why like the idea of having 40 mil in one big tournament makes them prepare and do some crazy drafts, crazy shit that you would never see. And it just
Because you
kind
gotta
of,
make sure.
like even the last international, there were some okay picks, interesting picks, but at the end of the day, it was like basic. But back in 2021, you would see the craziest picks that you would never
Hmm.
ever expect. Just again as an example, because it's more on the line, so people like somehow go the extra mile for it, because they know what's on the stake.
Yeah, I feel like that's. I mean, that's the same way of like, it's the difference between going from like pro league versus like the amateur league. Like obviously the amateur league, they're not seeing those kind of prize pools, so they have to like when I was back in like MLG days, like those prize pools weren't that huge because I wasn't on a main team or anything. So I had to go to every single one and win the 1v1s, the 2v2s, the free for alls, and just keep going just so I can make enough to make a paycheck. I wish I was drafted into a team where one game got me enough that I didn't have to work anymore or for a while. But the reality is sometimes you just have to keep pushing and keep like doing the little stuff until it adds up.
Yeah, yeah. For most of them, obviously it does. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it's to keep up the lifestyle, etc. And the money going, right? If you make money, that's like that you have stable income. You make money, you get a house. Probably someone gets a car, someone gets their mama a house, and then boom. If you don't keep the same money flowing, and booms you
You can
get
lose it
benched,
all.
and booms you get kicked, bro. Your life is like.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. That's it. That's the reality. That's why they do play these 10, 12 hours because they understand what's on stake. That's how it is. Like, that's why I think also the best players are still there because they really either they're all in, which all of them are all in. Like, you
I mean,
cannot
you
say they're
better
not
be
all
all
in,
in if they're gonna throw money
But
at you
but
like that.
but but in in a sense, some people have probably mentality where they know that because some like I didn't think about it, right? But for me, it happened in a different way. But for me, I didn't think like, oh, if I get kicked out, it's gonna end, But
Yeah.
honestly, that's what happened with some players, even in HOTS, because they don't get picked back in a team, or they get picked in a team that's like in
That
a
doesn't do as
challenger,
good.
and they
Yeah.
don't qualify to the main league, and that's it. He's fucked. He has to go back to the regular work because there is no monthly payments from the org,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know and again, I'm just giving comparisons to for them, it's just on a bigger scale. Because again, they are not just trying to live the life, they're trying to sustain the life, which they earned. But again, esports is slippery slope, especially
Hmm.
nowadays. They have shout out to most of the companies, I guess, but uh,
Like brands.
they fixed it. They've no, yeah the orgs. I
Okay.
mean they fixed it. We're in contract where a lot of people, a lot of players are now. Most players are actually, if they sign a contract, they're still getting paid even if they're benched.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Back in the old days, it wasn't like that,
Oh, I
right?
know.
Especially in tier two games, esports games, tier two orgs. Like it was never like that. Like
Yeah, and
they
that is
wouldn't.
the good
Yeah,
thing about it is that it did, like, yeah, it was hard as crap for us growing up trying to get into this kind of world, and it had no actual structure. Like a lot of players I knew got screwed over because, like, yeah, dude, we were kids, we didn't know about signing contracts, and like people are promising you all these things, but nothing's actually written. Nothing's actually going through a lawyer or anything like that, and people all got screwed. And now I feel like one of the things I was gonna say earlier is like the one thing that people aren't realizing, and like this is what brands and companies do know, and they have been paying attention. That's kind of like what I work with now, is that there's an infinite amount of money in gaming. It is so much money in gaming. Everyone can get paid quarter mil and be good. and that's like everybody if they actually apply themselves. And so like now there's good structures in place. Their money is there. It's just you just gotta do multiple things. You can't just be a player. You have to be like the Michael Jordan and like be entertaining, have other deals going and all that kind of stuff to actually like. It's a different ecosystem than it was when we were younger.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you bring it. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's interesting you bring up like the sports side of this too, because how many times do you see a player sign X million contract blank guaranteed? So that person signs a contract, they go out, Aaron Rodgers it in the first 15 seconds, rip their Achilles, but they're still guaranteed X amount of million just for showing up at the beginning. And so esports, again, was so fledgling for the longest time that nobody knew what the fuck they were signing. They were just like, payday, done. And then you mentioned, getting benched, getting replaced, getting whatever. And now there's these guarantees. You see rosters blow up over it, where it's like, we simply do not have the money or the capacity to maintain this roster. And you talked about the lowering of prize pools. It's like, even if we win this prize pool, we're still in the red. What have we done? And so do you bring in lower paid, maybe not as good individuals? Do you bring up someone from a challenger, a lower tier? It's that economic juggle of cost and production. So do we have to win 10 in a row, or do we have to win the $40 or $40 million final at the end of the year? And so it's one of those things where you talk about like contracts and stuff like that, or the longevity of a contract. It's not always there. And so I think that's where just the growth of esports, yes, will be there eventually, sure. But it's, and like this kind of piggies back on something I was gonna bring up earlier. This is a hot take, so go ahead and roast me for this one. But I firmly believe a handful of years ago, when people started realizing the power and amplitude of esports, they went to investors and said, "Yo, I'm gonna take your 1 million and I'm gonna turn it into 100 million in 3 years." And then 3 years went by and they didn't see that come out.
Nope.
And they went, "Okay, you told me 3 years, I'm giving you 2 years more to make it happen." And then 2 years later, it was only a fraction of what was promised. And those investors went, "Nah, I'm out." Like if you buy a stock, under the assumption it's going to grow and it starts to nosedive and it's still not back in the red in 5 years, you would actually be a madman to stay for another 5.
True.
And so that's where we were talking about a 40 million prize pool that became a $1 million prize pool after the fact. And I can almost, like, in my heart of hearts, heart of the card, top deck that shit. I promise you that investors went in, dollar bills out, here's the wallet, write the number on the check. You told me I'm going to get 10 times, 100 times this, and I saw 10%. Not 10 times,
saw 10%.
10%. They're completely right and within their reason to pull out. We got too big for our britches, way too fast. And I'm not saying that's not a reason to go in and do it. It's a matter of that economic balance and that economic juggle. And that's where things are weird right now, is that you have players making a shit ton of money for subpar results in prize pools that don't even cover the spread. Are you like, it's crazy. So like I'll give a crazy example, and this is like this is gonna be so fucking flamed if it ever comes out. With the Team Liquid roster that we had this year, we had Impact in the top lane, a legacy former Worlds winner. We had Umti for a little while. They put in Yuji, who was a lower tier individual that they brought up from the academy team. Cool. We had APA, who was a North American kid who probably made bank doing what he did, and he was pretty good, but not like the greatest. Yon, a lower tier guy, again, that, Yon is my fucking man.
Okay.
And then Core JJ, who is a former world champion who deserves every dollar they're going to give him. So if you go through it, you have big-ass paycheck. You have not a big-ass paycheck. You have okay paycheck. You have a pretty good for what they're doing, and holy shit paycheck. And we finished 6th.
Oof.
Not okay, right?
Oof.
Not great. Few years prior, we fielded another roster. I'm not going to run the list, but you had like Bjergsen, you had Double Lift, you had these
Yeah.
fucking names worth
The
millions.
craziest roster,
The
the super
super
team,
team,
super
we
team.
fucking hemorrhaged money, and
Yeah.
we didn't do shit with it.
Nothing.
So what are you more mad about as an org, as a collective?
Yeah.
What are you more mad about? The super team you fostered that did terrible, or the okay, it was here, but
But they did a little
was
better.
even worse? No, it's comparable. So that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
where are you? And like, we didn't listen. North America will probably never win Worlds. I pray for it every
You
year.
never know.
That prize pool.
Until the infrastructure matches to what it is in Asia, you know, I it just cannot happen.
It'll be a weird day.
It
Yeah,
will be
it's
a weird day.
if no, just to fix it, the percentages can go up. If now NA has a chance of maybe like 15, 10, 10, no, maybe like 7, 10%, you know,
I'll give you 5.
Jesus,
5
guys.
maybe. Yeah.
Jesus.
Less
So
than that.
eventually, things can get again, but you know, some people, and especially, for example, in Asia, I think their culture is very. It's just very. I don't know.
Different?
I like their culture, and no, it's very. It's not like strict in a way, but it's very. It's kind of like
Excuse me.
punctual in a sense. Like they just do the right things, and when you're
They're
at the
mechanical
top,
more.
yeah, no, not even mechanically, but when you're at the top, you only can is innovate. Because the team number 2 is gonna watch your VODs, they're gonna replicate, do this or that, right? And eventually, you know, you're gonna catch up. The only way is to keep innovating, you know? And I think that's why Europe is a little bit better now, but in the in
I was like, I don't mind you, AC.
Not in my
Yeah, I
game,
mean,
but
not-
go on.
You said not in
Yeah,
my game.
I mean,
I see
I
what
mean,
you're
if
saying,
we're
though.
talking
Yeah.
about and it's hard
Like
to
CS
catch.
and stuff like that, definitely a million times better.
Yeah, no, CS it's a different beast, but yeah, even in general in MOBAs, I think they have in some moments, you know, like for example, G2 beat who did they
I know
beat?
G2.
It just depends on when and where.
Well, last year. No, it was in Worlds, I think. Last year.
They won something?
Look, no. They beat not SK. I think they played against Gen G. No, yeah.
TES, maybe. Oh, listen, if we're talking like Swiss stage, like Team Liquid almost beat
I
Team
know.
One, and then
Oh.
I
they,
know,
you know,
Hell
I
yeah.
know, but I'm just saying.
it was
let's
TES. TES, so they're like a Chinese higher tier, 1 or 2,
So okay, but regardless, take it like
or
8, 10
BLG.
years.
Sorry.
BLG. Yeah, 10 years ago, it's still it would not be even. You know, I personally think it wouldn't be even a winnable for them. But they just
Sure.
won, even if Swiss stage. I'm just saying it is kind of catching up in general. But the problem is that they're keeping the infrastructure lets them kind of just keep growing and
Just be
becoming
ahead.
better and better and better as well. So it's hard to catch them up. So yeah,
Yeah.
but listen, to complement what you said, first of all, about the prize pool, people have to understand when you sign a contract, there's gonna be a percentage, usually averaging, let's say 20. This is the amount you have to give for prize pool winnings to org. So it's just but it still does not equal nothing to what is being paid. So the prize pool again, but
Which is
if we
nuts.
had tournaments like international, that it's a different story. So again, it comes back to what sponsors, investors, and also companies fixing their esports infrastructure, where they should try to do what Valve did, back in 2021. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think we kind of messed up with giving this delusion to everyone, like you said. And honestly, I don't think genuinely it's not a hot take. I think it's a smart, logical, and very explanatory take. Not to flatter you. But
Just
that's, I
little
think,
glaze.
if you again, there's sometimes things you don't think about, but when he says that, it just clicks. Because honestly, that's what it was. Because if you look, not even about the prize pools or everything, right? It's the same players. Like the players were given so much money, right?
Way too
And
much.
I don't know, we effed up, because now how do you go back to giving them less money?
True.
To all these hundreds of players telling them, hey, so esports is kind of not making enough money, so we're gonna pay you
We're gonna
like
give you
20 grand
a little
less.
pay cut.
Yeah, I just like, I think
But
that's why it's so
I
cool.
think that would be a good idea though. If all these big
Just a
top
fucking
names-
reset.
yeah,
Everyone
just
starts at
reset
level
everybody.
one.
No,
Like,
it does, it's real life, unfortunately. I don't think it
Like, get your shit
happens.
up.
I don't think it, I don't know. I don't know how can it happen. I just don't see
any
it.
day of the week, again, sorry, I'll fire this back on the hot take. I will take a roster of a whole bunch of fucking rookies who get paid pennies on the dollar and then kick some serious ass.
Oh, 'cause
a real
yeah.
bad news bears underdog story. I think that's what it's going to take. Like people talk about the World Series right now. That the Dodgers had like one of the highest caps, and so they just bought their championship. We need a group of nitty gritty
Just
underdogs
from
to
the
come in and
trenches.
kick the fucking teeth in of a team and walk away not with like a high placement, but an actual win. But then the question becomes, can they actually do it without the resources, without like
think
the
so.
coaching structure? I don't think it's possible.
No,
but
I think so.
until the day
No.
that happens, we're not gonna be able to reset, like you said, the damage that has been
No,
done.
we're gonna find a
And-
Coach
and-
Carter.
That would be a good, that would be a good reason to a reset. You're right,
They'd
but
be like, you don't have to buy it.
yeah, but
That would be
there's
so
always
nice.
a but. It cannot. I mean, it might happen, but it's been years I've been watching CS. I'm telling you, these people, some of them are like Kerrigan is like 37.
Okay.
These people have been there forever, and there's a reason, and the reason is consistency. You cannot just build. You can be an underdog. You can go up from a challenger, get to the main,
Yeah.
to the tier S, right? But
100%.
then you might win one game, right? But then you just fold. It does not. There is no Cinderella run in majors or whatever. It happens maybe once
I
out
was
of
gonna say, I was like, it's not to say it's not
100, bro.
impossible though.
Commando, I swear I watch League, Dota, name all the esports. It does not happen. It can happen
Oh
in
wait,
like
wait
I
like
said,
10 more
in
years when
chat.
everyone has arthritis. Then what? Then
My
what?
man-
What
my
what's
man's
your
waiting
skill
for
gonna do when your fingers
generational
cramp up?
downfall. Well, that was what was it's like. So you're talking like the CS side of things. That was so what was so appealing about like Donk, right? Is that he was this young kid
Academy.
that came in, and he came in and started doing things, but it didn't lead to much for long, even for that matter. You know,
Exception. It is
Answered.
an exception.
Oh, he's an
It's
exception.
just
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
I think a lot of people do live, and I call it delusion, but you should not live a life of exception. If
Yeah.
it's an exception, it doesn't mean it's the like, you can get inspired by it. You can take whatever,
Take the
let's
good
say,
lessons from
let's
it.
say, let's say Faker become this. I want to be one day like Faker. But again, you're a human being, you have a brain, you have to use logic, you have to understand location, time, this and that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you can work towards that goal, but are you gonna actually achieve it? So that's why I'm giving this example,
Yeah. No, it's fair.
Yeah. It's like, you just have to be realistic, and you cannot live off
Hey, my life is realistic.
exception. Yeah, hey, I mean, fake it till you make it.
Well, I mean,
But
this
yeah,
kind of
I'm-
goes perfectly
yeah.
because then, perfect example of like realistic life. Adam, you've been a radio host for at least over a decade. That's not
15
something-
years.
That's not something that like you definitely weren't in school being like, I'm gonna be a radio host. I'm gonna be an entertainer. Like, you probably had a realistic goal, a realistic job in your head. What turned it around, and now get you to this not realistic lifestyle?
Dog, not that I was thinking about this earlier, but like I've told this story many, many times, and it never fails to like just make me fucking giggle. When I was in high school, I was like, I want to go into like psychology. I want to be a therapist. I want to like help mental health. Like that's where my head was at. I took
was there
every
too.
psychology class, sociology class, like anything adjacent. That's what I did. That's where I took my electives.
Yeah.
And you know how they do those like personality tests, and like you answer the questions and like, oh, you want to be a park ranger or you
Yes.
should be a firefighter. I finished that fucking test, and they said the number one right at the top of the list, dude, game show host.
Really?
And I was like, what?
How'd you
What am I
even
gonna
get
do
that?
Give
Like,
me the test.
what?
Give me the
Like,
test right now.
yeah,
What is this
like-
magic paper?
Like what am I
That's
going
so
to do
weird.
with
What?
that?
Yeah.
And then right underneath it was radio personality / communications.
Okay.
It's like, well, okay, shit, what do I do with that? But it seems to be a little bit more obtainable. But
Yes.
when you think about radio, it's like, you know, the personalities or whatever, there's only a couple on per station. What's the deal? You think about the grandiose, like the Howard Sterns or like the rock and roll guy or whatever. And I was like, interesting. I think I could do this. Like, maybe. I was a theater kid as well. That was like my elective. So like,
That
you know.
helps.
So like I was on stage, I was doing that kind of stuff, but then in the background I was like, yeah, that's just for fun. I like to do that. I was always the goofy kid over the top, if you haven't gathered a little bit. But I ended up basically face planting into an internship. And I walked into that meeting, you know, it was this straight up like fucking Hollywood type shit in Boise, Idaho, so it pales in comparison. But like the long table and the people sitting each
executives.
step, and then like the one guy in the front, and they're like, why do you want to be here? And I was like, because I'm apparently supposed to be.
Ugh.
And they were like, what? I was like, this is
That is a crazy
apparently
answer.
where I am. Yeah,
That's
like
so
you're not
cool,
gonna
bro.
believe me, but this is where I'm supposed to be. And
Such a
so
good
what was really
answer.
funny is they were like, okay, well, stand on that chair and say the Pledge of Allegiance to that flag over there. And without skipping a goddamn beat, I stood up on that chair, I pledged allegiance to the flag, like, and did it, and I sat back down, and they all just kind of looked at me. And the guy goes, do it
He's
again.
the guy.
Do it again.
He says, do it again. And I stood up. He's like, no, fucking sit down. So I sat back down.
Crazy.
And so we did like the standard questions, the standard back and forth. And then next thing I know, I am being offered an internship. And they go, look, we only offer this to college kids to get college credits.
Yeah.
And I just kind of looked at it and I went, no, you're going to pay me because I'm not going to college. Like, this is what I'm going to
This
do.
is here. This
Like,
is it.
this
This is
is
what I'm
right
doing.
up my alley. This is what I want. Like, I'm into this. And so to kind of make the longest story short ever, I started at that station, took some time off for some like family stuff, some life stuff, and then it kind of like came back around that 100.3 The X, the hard rock alternative station. I'm a hard rock kid.
Shout
I love
out
my
to 'em.
screams. I love my guttural moans. Shout out to The X. They had an open casting.
Oh shit.
And so basically they were looking, it was like next top model, but for DJs.
Yeah,
They were
that's
like, we're looking
cool.
for the next X DJ. We're looking for you. I put in for it, and I was one of 900 people that my email resonated. They brought the top 20 people in for a live interview live on air, the questions, you picked a couple songs, you did the intros, the outros. Hey, this is, you know, a Perfect Circle with Judith. You're here on the X.
That's cool.
And then that broke down from a top 20 to a top 10. And then it went to like a voting round for the listeners to like do the thing through the
choose.
website. And I ended up fucking
Holy
winning.
crap.
And I actually attribute my win to like the nerd community, because at the time I was like working at a GameStop. I was doing anime conventions as like an MC, like a host, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I know.
Like, hey, up next is Asuka in her super tight red outfit. Vote for her, like at like our local conventions. Yeah, still
Cool.
to this day, I swear to God, I got this job because of the nerd community, from the gamers to the otakus or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call
the
them.
otakus, baby.
They put me in a position of power, and when I signed that contract or whatever, they wanted a guy who just did 1 day a week. And some of the stuff I had learned early in my radio career from my first internship, I took with me. I was like, this is not just something I'm going to take. I'm going to run with this to the farthest extents. One of the first things a DJ, my like higher up, told me was like, the answer is always yes, and bring a sleeping bag. And I took that shit to heart. If someone wants some help with something, the answer is always yes. You're gonna work the long hours.
Got it.
And I never stopped, man. That was 15 years ago.
Yeah, you literally
And-
never stopped.
and I never stopped. And so I found myself in a situation I never honestly thought I would be in. And of course, I excelled. I learned the trade. I just never stopped. That's like the weird thing for me, is that I worked really goddamn hard. There's not a lot in my life that I like worked hard for, you know, but this was presented to me, and like from like, oh, I need to eat, I need this, don't get me wrong,
Like,
to
you
like,
need- you need to
I
pay
want
bills.
this. And then at one it was my first ratings book, like the ratings or whatever, and I got a number 1. I was like, what the fuck? Like, there's no what? I deal with the
Jesus.
imposter syndrome. I deal with the like,
You do.
because like my target demo is like what is it? 25 to like 45-year-old men, right?
Sounds about right.
And they want to talk like football, beers, and bitches. Like, that's it. And I
America.
am none of those things. Like, I want to talk about fucking esports, playing some Street Fighter, and like, you want to play Catan later. It didn't
You want to
resonate.
play Catan later?
Like, and so like, in some way, shape, or form, that hit, and I realized, and that was like 15 years ago, that like, oh shit, I'm actually good at this. I'm okay at it. So getting the job was one thing, but then like following it up
And realize
was another. And I was like, this is it. This is my thing. And like,
that's crazy.
what's crazy, in my personal and professional opinion, I do not think there has ever been a more volatile and coin flippy business as radio since esports.
Dude, it's a dangerous
Because I-
fucking field.
You like, we were talking about like being on the top tier team, and then you go to academy, and then you're out of a job. Radio was the same
Same
fucking
shit.
way, dude.
Yep.
It's just, you will come in on a Tuesday, and your rock station is now a fucking country station, and you're like, what happened? Like, I don't know, business decision.
Oh.
And like, you're out. Like,
Oh,
guess where
damn.
you are? You're back at McDonald's. Like, good luck. And so when I jumped from, like, I was doing the radio stuff and trying to do esports and casting and stuff like that. I was doing 5 or 6 events a year
Let's go.
on top of my radio stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd take my PTO from the radio station to go cast like
And use
Rocket
it.
League in Vegas,
Yeah.
or like League of Legends in New York. And I was taking my PTO to like, oh, well, radio's
the
cool,
hustle.
but what about esports? And I realized a parallel that I was just like not comfortable with, man, because there are some politics and money and some things in the esports world that just like, maybe radio's like 40 years behind that, but
Yeah.
esports, from the players to the casting to what have you, will flip like that, and it is terrifying.
Yeah.
And
it's
so,
definitely flaky.
I realized it like wasn't necessarily for me. I still love it, and I do charity events every so often. Shout out Gold Star Gamers.
Gold Star,
They're a group of
baby.
Gold Star. Yeah, I love Gold Star because they're a bunch of kids from military families who have lost a parent or something.
Yeah, I
like,
just
hey, can
met
you
them
come
over
yell
at
at-
TwitchCon, like this time around.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing
like, hey,
charity-
you want
I'm
to come
doing a
yell at
charity
some
stream for
Rocket
them.
League, Marvel Rivals? Like, it's for a cause. You don't even have to pay me. Just get me out there. It's no longer something I am chasing. And so it started as this a high school quiz that turned into a lifestyle, man, and it's crazy.
That is
Send
actually.
me the quiz, bro. I need it.
He said, "I need that quiz." Maybe
Yeah,
that's how
need
I
that
start
quiz
my
right
life.
now.
You're gonna become a firefighter? Is that what you're saying?
Bro,
Maybe you didn't know.
I'm gonna
Whatever,
need that
bro.
quiz so I know what the fuck I need to
I'm
do.
I'm just gonna follow the quiz, bro.
That's hilarious, dude. That is nuts. Because like,
Insane.
yeah,
That's
no,
a story, bro.
that's not
It's from a
something
paper,
I always
man.
did wonder, like, cause like when it comes to just entertainment, like all these things we're talking about, it all boils down to the entertainment business, and like some people when they were kids and the theater kids are like, oh, I'm gonna grow up and be an actor. It's like, well, good luck, dude. But like, if you really, like you said, you just kept like that's where you were at. That's where you're like, yo, I'm meant to be here. With that kind of mindset, you can do anything in the world. Cause jeez.
But I think also what he said, like he worked his ass off,
Oh.
not to take away from other people working. I'm sure most of
Yeah.
us work our asses off.
You
I got
got-
lucky as shit,
that's-
man. That's
I mean, luck is a one thing. I think you got lucky that someone gave you the magical quiz, bro. Shout out to
You
the
and this
teacher,
magical quiz. You're like, yeah, that quiz is the one.
bro. Go bring a flower to the teacher who gave it to you.
I'm freaking
No, but for
dead.
real, bro. Like, just from what's supposed to do. Again, the quiz, takes his personality, traits, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and then it tells you. I'm assuming, it's thought through in some ways, bro. So it's not like a coincidence. It's not like you were meant to do this, but that was a very, I guess, optimal choice for you.
Yeah.
Because of who you are and what could you become, and you put so much work into it, as you say, and I believe so, that it equaled to where you are now and who you are now. Again,
appreciate
it just one thing. It just can't be one thing. You have to, one thing, another, this that. It just all comes together.
Yeah, luck, passion,
but
and hard
it-
work.
Yeah. But yeah, also I think it starts, like you said, passion when you mentioned passion, because like without passion you cannot put hard work, like you just cannot.
Yeah, you
If
won't
you don't-
you won't want to do the hard work if you don't have the passion for it. So
Yeah.
that's
We
amazing.
talked about this last episode. Yeah, it doesn't go. You find you do the passion and then you do the consistency, and in his case,
Yeah, you were
the
consistent.
consistency was the yeah. I mean, as a dude had a sleeping bag and he said yes. He's a yes man. So what? That's insane. But again, you're a living proof
Proof, yeah.
of success that could be obtainable by, again, just doing what you love to do and putting hard work.
That
So
is
another
big facts.
example for our viewers and even ourselves to
Oh,
make it count.
he's my role model, straight up.
oh, shut up.
I've only
come
acquired the things in my life because I just follow Adam's fucking blueprint.
Yeah,
All right, man,
I've laid some breadcrumbs, just like, hey, Commando.
Like, just
hate you
FYI, go
now.
this way.
I think, again, there's with anything there's a severe amount of luck, but it comes from A, like saying yes, B, doing the work,
Yeah.
and like C,
action.
also realizing when to step away when something is not right. Like I
That's a
love
big
like
one.
watching like American Idol and people who are like, I'm
Good
meant to
one.
be a star, and they're like,
Maybe
you're like,
you're
oh,
not."
you fucking suck, dude. Like you're bad at this. Like I'm so
Maybe-
sorry. I
He said,
like
"So
you
sorry."
have to also like you have to realize when you're just not good at
That's
something.
crazy.
I was not good at being an esports caster. I was
real.
great
So
at the
real,
material,
bro.
but I couldn't play. I just couldn't play the politics, and like being a caster took away from my love of gaming. I was too focused on the meta and understanding the professional side, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I just want to shoot dudes and teabag them. Like AO, pause, whatever. Like,
Fast forward.
but fast forward, it took away from that passion of mine that was also my cooldown for my other side. So I firmly believe really anyone can do just about anything, again, unless you really suck at it, in which case you have to recognize
Please
you
learn
suck at it.
when you
It's
suck.
okay
Yeah,
to be bad at
that-
shit that you love.
That's
It's
not-
okay.
The
You're right.
logic, that's where the logic comes in. That's why I mentioned, like, you have to be, like, you just have to, if you don't see it, pray that you have a friend or family member that, puts a hand on your shoulder and says,
Yep.
my friend, unfortunately, this is not for you.
I love
Okay.
you, but you suck.
Yeah, I love
I will say
There you
I might be a bad friend because I have not I'm like one of those people like you like I know like Adam, we know a crap ton of like artists, like from musicians to like painters. Like, dude, I don't understand
Sure.
paintings at all. I don't get it. So like I'll have a painting friend, I'm like, oh my, I just opened this whole art gallery, look at my paintings, and I'm like, it looks like a child did this. I'm confused. But I'll be like, hell yeah, paint that child
Well,
picture.
No, sure, yeah. The
I,
build up is
I
one thing too. Yeah.
I don't know. I would have to disagree in a way that I don't know if it's as healthy. I think you can, talk to the person in a way I think you should provide your first of all your
The
genuine,
genuine
the
feedback.
truth. Yeah, no, you should.
Yeah.
But then
Yes.
you should follow up with encouragement and maybe give them actually a suggestion.
Like,
Because
yeah,
what happens,
don't give up.
I
Maybe do this instead.
shout out to females and women. But yo, how many times you know this or heard this? When they go out and some their friends, girlfriends in the house, and one girl puts a dress on and everyone says, "Oh, yes, queen, you look so
Yes,
good,"
queen.
and 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 she don't, and she does not. And what
That I was
happens?
not prepared
Her
for that.
her her,
And
her
she
whole evening
doesn't.
her whole evening is ruined. Okay, I'm just giving you like a what is it called? Like a
Oh,
comparison, and it's the
Well,
same
yeah.
thing. It's the same
that
thing
is
about,
hilarious.
if someone's not good at something, you can tell them to become good. Or if he draws a
Get good, kid.
potato and that potato is ugly, tell him to go take art classes. You
Yeah,
know,
and see,
that's it. Just be like, yo, you love this thing. Try taking art class.
I
You
know
can
you
always
like
talk
this.
in a nice, like positive, affirmative
Encouragement.
tone,
Yes.
encouragement.
Yes.
But giving him shit, false, fake ass lie,
No, I will
bro,
never lie. I will never
that
lie.
is a delusion. That is a delusion that this world is sick with, bro. I'm
And that is a
telling
very
you,
good
because
point.
every second person, again, we backtrack from episode to episode, because every second person nowadays is a rapper, trapper, uh, a gamer,
Fucking gamer,
streamer,
streamer.
and you name it, all the ERs, bro. so so I'm telling you, it's just like it's okay to follow it, but I just, I hope I'm wrong, but I just hope that in some ways someone understands and realizes that, hey, this might be just my hobby,
You're the
you
yin to
know
my yang. You
because
know that?
again, the rents are going up, man. The food is getting more expensive, and I think more people are getting more delusional, and I think it's gonna be a shit show in next 10 years and 20 years, because like if things keep, because all these current, your favorite rappers, trappers, and that, nothing is gonna happen. Eventually, unfortunately, nothing's
Hopefully,
gonna happen, because from those
you are pessimistic.
hundreds of thousands, only maybe 100 will become what they thought they will become.
Yeah.
And it comes, and it's, if you think about the numbers, it's bad because it's a small percentage, and I just think it is unhealthy. It's a game. Same goes with pro gaming. Before, it was even insane, like that me or someone else
I
pursued
was like,
gaming,
yeah,
we were unaware of the future.
yeah.
But at the same time, nowadays it is also insane because you know what future could be, but the
Now you
competition
know.
is like 100 times more.
Yeah.
Because again, your brother, your now again, even I was telling brothers, sisters, bro, even women catch us up. It's only like 60 to 40. Before it was like
Oh, you're
95 to
talking about women in
5%.
gaming. Well, actually, I just saw a
Yes,
news article. Women actually, I think they surpassed men this year.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
there,
Yeah,
there we
yeah.
go. There we go. So
After I watched the
that,
game
that
herms,
yeah, that shout out to that.
I was like, oh
Women
shit,
playing
look at
more
that.
games than guys.
No,
Hey,
I'm proud
as
of
long
that.
as
I'm proud of that.
as long as they cool with it, man. Because where I was from, and bro,
Well,
man,
yeah,
I could
you're
tell stories.
also
I
from.
No, I mean I was from Latvia. It doesn't matter. I still think like 10 years. I mean I don't know, but I would go out, and they would ask me, "What do you do?" And mind you, I made a lot of money for where I was
Who
living
asked you what?
in Latvia.
Like just in general?
And yes, I go to a bar, you know, like I came back from a tournament, whatever, and I was like, "Oh, what you do for a living?" And I said I tried few times and always the same reaction, you know. And you know, I
Was
had
it a
to
good
I
or
had
bad
to switch it
reaction?
up. No, super bad.
Oh.
Like super bad. Even because I wouldn't say, "Oh, I have money though," but you know, I wouldn't
I
say that
wouldn't say,
shit,
"Oh, I'm
but you
getting
know,
paid though."
yeah.
You gotta
You
add
don't
that
say
in.
you're a janitor. You say you're an expert in sanitation
Yeah,
equipment.
you gotta hype that shit up, my guy, dude.
Yeah, you got to find the right words, my guy.
Even now, like, dude.
I'm telling you, very. It's a different. It was 8 years
Yeah,
ago. It was a
very different
different
then.
country.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know, I
and it's
know.
just it was different.
No,
No, but
trust me,
but
I
yeah,
get it.
but yeah. Not now. As long as they why I'm saying that is, as long as they cool with it. Because honestly, back then, us playing games, this and that was
It
nerdy.
was
This and that.
unbelievable.
Yeah, they were like, I would always hear, you know, just yapping or rumors or whatever. But we're just trying to have fun and socialize. We did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
And
you know how
now
much.
everyone is on the same wave,
You know how
man.
much things I
Your
get of like the people
your
like.
sister and a younger sister are playing 10 hours a day Fortnite when
Well,
you're
my
like,
sister's
but
kind of
hey,
old.
you said I was a dork back then, you know. But nah,
You
man,
still
shout
are.
out
I'm
to
sorry
them.
to tell
Yeah,
you.
Oh yeah,
man,
now we're
whatever.
just dorks for money.
Well,
Yeah.
My bad. You're just an acceptable dork. Like,
I am.
oh, it's like gonna
Whatever.
go back like to the whole like your bad thing too. Is like you don't have to be a player. You can also be a coach.
That's where I was
You
gonna
could
get at. I
be.
was just about to say that. You can be terrible,
Uh,
but like, if you're while you're going through the path of what you think you're gonna do, pick up some knowledge, learn some stuff. Like, if you go your whole life, I'm gonna be a pro player, but then as you're going to these events and stuff, you notice there's a production team. You notice there's a commentator, there's a
Dude.
host. Like, maybe pick up another skill while you're doing it.
Do you know how many ex-players I know that were dog shit on the field, but amazing behind the camera?
Yep.
They
Oh
know
yeah.
where to watch the fights. They know where the angles are. They know what they're
Yes.
looking for. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
The
love
knowledge.
that about what we
Yeah.
do. The knowledge is a huge piece of it. You don't have to be
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah.
in the game. You can find a niche to fill and run it, dude. It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's a
wants
good
to
one.
be on Hollywood. Not everybody has to be there.
Yeah,
Like
you don't have
you
to be
can
in front of
also
the
be
camera.
behind the camera.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Backtracking to delusion. Again, it's the same thing because everyone's looking at the tip of the tip.
When you can actually
But
just
there's
like.
but it's like this. It's like an iceberg. It's literally
Mm-hmm.
like this. Because if you just look a little bit down, just a little
Yeah,
bit
just a
down,
little bit down.
there's
Don't go too crazy.
wider options. And if you can't get that, go a little bit more down, right? And you have more
You
wider
can
options.
still figure
you
it
know?
out exactly. So no, I agree. There's a lot of people that are delusional and that like,
You don't have to be a game show host. You can have a radio DJ. You know.
boom, boom,
There you go.
exactly.
But also to add what you said, my thought lost. Oh
I
my
got lost.
god, my thought got lost. Um, about coaches, bad players, coaches. Host. There you go. Thank you for your patience, guys.
course.
The brain started
I'm mad
clicking
now.
again. Yeah, the host. I'm so happy you said it because again, I can give you so plenty of examples. How many pro players have, you know, like retired, and they've become just like the best casters
Yeah,
or
the
best
best
They're on the
coaches
captains,
or
desk.
the best
but
coaches,
on analyst desk, bro.
analysts.
And it's different because you see all the other three people on the host desk just looking at that guy, and that guy's literally giving you a whole rundown.
Giving you the
Why
whole
is this
breakdown,
that?
maybe.
Why is this that? What is gonna happen? And when you watch the game, it's just more fun because you
Mhm.
are expecting things. You have expectations, and then you're like, oh, but he said he's gonna do that, and then you see that he doesn't do it, and you actually see that he messed up doing that, but he was actually supposed to do what the host guy said,
Yep.
on the paper. So yeah.
No, I agree.
It's a wide world, man. Find your coconut and crack it open. Drink that juice.
Damn, that's God
Just
damn
gotta
you.
find the problem. The
Dropping
problem is
gems
there are
like
many
that.
many coconuts, and it's hard to find the right coconut. But when you find the right
Maybe.
one, when you do find the right one, do what he said. cut it
Suck the
open
juice
and juice
straight
it
out
up.
the nut.
Just find it.
Straight out the nut. Exactly.
All right, guys.
Hey, yo.
As much as I love this conversation,
I'm coming back for part 2. We got
yeah,
many more.
oh, of course,
of
course. We
Go
definitely
for
need
it.
you. We definitely need you back on board, and we do have a panel kind of show that we're cooking up. I'm gonna let you know about it, Arthur.
Yep.
But for the fireside, we've been sitting along, chatting. Love learning so much about you.
Yeah, sorry, man. I took up way more time.
No, don't be. We're only grateful, man. Honestly, this just proves again. It just takes 3 guys talk about what they love and what they know, and booms, and it's almost 2 hours past. So
Oh yeah,
that's
how you know we're
Also,
learning.
I found your Reddit post from 10 years ago. Congratulations.
Oh Jesus Christ.
From when you announced yours.
Mine?
He's like,
Which
wait,
one?
mine? He's like, wait, hold up.
BKB joins Team Liquid 10 years ago, baby.
Oh yeah, 10 years ago, not 8.
10 years
bro.
ago.
I'm
You're
living
old
in
as
that
shit, my
past.
man.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
It was a
I
decade
have a
ago.
second kid on them. Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, no, 9 years ago. 9
I
years
get
ago.
that. I know that. Trust me,
Yeah.
dude. People
Sorry, I
will
had
hit
to
me
throw
up
that
and be
out there.
like, "Oh, remember when you were in MLG at in 2009?" I was like, "Please shut up." we don't talk
yeah,
about
oh my
that.
God.
I'm living amongst royalty right now. Is all I'm saying, man.
No,
Seriously,
it's X royalty. Oh, maybe.
No, I know we're all ex-royalty
Makes me
at
want
this
to
point.
scroll through the comments. Yo,
That's
maybe-
hilarious.
Nah,
Look how happy you gave him a blast from the past.
Hey,
Dude,
I go ahead.
No, it's so cool. Like, Commando, I've known personally. He's here. Like, I've been a part of his world. And then
Of the
you and I
life.
just talking pre-show. Like, I was near tears when you're like, hold on, let me go find something real quick. Like, this is,
Literally.
I think, the beauty and the essence of esports. It doesn't matter where you are,
100%.
what you're a part of. There is a connection that is lost. Because I don't.
It's one logo,
Yeah,
man.
It's like, as I mentioned, oh, do you like chess? I'm like, I fucking no. We got Magnus Carlsen, like, suck it. So this has been unbelievable for me, and I really appreciate you guys
Yeah.
having me on. So please, fucking
No,
hit me back. Let's go.
I do got
Likewise,
one
yo,
more question.
I'm asking
I
you,
got one more
Commando,
question.
right now to put this man back. Sorry to interrupt you, but we need a part. Because we
No,
have
we're
so
gonna
much to
definitely
keep
give a part 2
talking.
for sure.
And shout out to you, Commando. Like, you actually,
Yeah.
you always bring cool people, man. And honestly, I have all the episodes we had. I love them, but this was, I have to say,
This one was
my
fun for
favorite
you.
one.
I knew you would like
This
this
was my
one.
favorite.
This
Bro,
one,
I
this one,
didn't
I
even-
brought you
I
on
did-
just to please Arthur. Honestly.
Yo, you know, I'm always truthful, and I try to be as.
He's not gonna
genuine
tell
as
you
I
you look
can.
great in a dress if you're fat.
No, I can say,
He's like, "No?"
Commando, little overweight, but I went to gym
think
6
it's a
years.
little
Listen,
overweight is
listen,
wild.
brother, little overweight that you can literally lose in 2 months. So holla at me. I'll write.
You take some art classes.
Bro,
Essentially.
brother, I got you. I got you, brother. Okay, health is important.
I
But
don't know if I'm offended right now or not.
No, you're not, bro. You're a handsome guy,
can't
bro.
tell.
What? What are you
Oh,
talking
shit.
about?
I think I just called. I
can't
think I just got called
remember.
fat.
Commando, get used to it. When your friend gives you a painting, right?
Let him
Tell
know
him
it's
what you
shit.
think. Yeah, no. Tell him what you actually think. And
Be like, I got a class for that.
Life is gonna be so much easier. But what I was trying to say is, what I was trying to say, man. God damn it.
You'll love him and he's cute in a dress. I think is what you're trying to say.
No, I'm
know,
no. The dress makes my butt look big. I don't want to go out no more.
Oh, right. I've been, when we do episodes from time. Listen. I'm going.
Go ahead,
I'm being
preach.
very. Sometimes I look at the time, right? But
Yes.
this episode, I didn't look at the time once until you said,
Oh, I see what you're
you
saying.
said, I'm just saying how insane it is. I lived in such a moment right now. Just we having conversation about what we
Ooh, I
want
like
to
that.
talk, what we love. That we need a part 2, man.
No, of course. But I know we're a little over. But I do have my fireside question. being the super fan you are and utilizing that and putting it into your career, as far as anyone that would want to pursue your career path, what's one good advice that you could give someone today? And not a cliche
Well, so
one.
no, 100%. So so I'll go back to what was told to me, and we talked about it. Always say yes, and bring a sleeping bag. That's like the first piece. It's just
I do like that.
yes within reason, and sleeping bag within reason, because I had to learn about that. I burned myself out real hard with that. And what's crazy is that no more than like 15 minutes ago, not 15, so sorry, 3 hours ago, I finished a game that hit me right in the feels.
Yes.
And it hit me with a line that resonated so fucking hard for me. Like I'm currently still thinking about it. I'm thinking about it this whole time. Yeah. Because I watched the episodes. I knew you were gonna hit me with this, and so I was digging. I was digging deep.
You were thinking of this already.
And so I knew the first one. Always say yes, bring a sleeping bag, because that's brought me this far.
Yes.
But something that's driven me for probably the last 25 years at the very least, and then it hit me right in the fucking chest. Time does not demand you move backwards. It demands that you move forwards. You can't go back in time.
No.
You can always go forward in time.
So focus.
So whatever is behind you, whatever.
I'll leave it in the past.
Just let it go.
Leave it in the past. Time does not demand you go back there.
Damn.
It
It's
demands
hard.
you go that way.
It's
Whoa.
hard.
It is hard. Listen.
That is hard as fuck,
we-
man.
It's hard, man.
we didn't go into like my deeper stuff. But there's a reason like I don't necessarily play competitive games anymore. There's a reason I don't play League, but I watch it competitively.
Yep, I know.
Like,
There's
that's a
always
weird
a
word.
story behind why you stopped playing, but we'll keep watching.
I have found such a joy in just playing my game and doing my thing. Granted, I'm no ex-pro. I was never great at it in any way, shape, or form, whether it was the casting stuff that we talked about. But even in my personal life, outside of that, there's nothing back there for me. It's all that way.
That's good. That's
It's
fucking
all
strong.
fucking that way.
That's a strong.
And so you like head up, chin forward, move along. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
It's something I say to my kid
the goal.
time and time again. So maybe that's it. Chin up, head forward, move along.
mental. Just move
like-
forward, dude.
Yeah, you have to have. I just hope everyone can try to do it at least, because I feel like.
Oh yeah,
you
give
know,
it a
it's
try. Like
just-
that's the best part
yeah.
about
have
the
to.
advice is like
Yeah,
we
'cause-
give
'cause
people
that's
the
how life
advice.
goes.
Please
Yeah.
use it.
Yep.
You try to utilize
Yeah,
it. If you don't,
No,
I
yeah.
mean I'm sorry, but if you
No, I'm
utilize
saying
every advice that
re-
we've
re-
given in the past podcast, and everyone just utilizes all the advice, they'd be people would probably be better off. I'm not gonna lie.
100% take all that advice. I'm just saying that as I'm taking even myself. Why did I say it? Because myself. Again, what I explained, we live through highs and lows, right? Me living the life I lived like 10 years ago, right? Every kid's dream, I cannot replicate it, right? So again, it's just such a big part of my life stuck right here that wants to go out, but it does not, because it was that big part of my life,
Hey,
you know.
that's a good one to
saying-
take then.
but the advice you take, right, is the way to live, because it lets you live in the moment, which I explained right now,
Which is
and it makes you move forward. Because if you live in the past, you are not living in the moment, and you are not building your future.
you hit the nail on the head, my guy. 100%.
Or as I like to say, let's fucking go.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Power stance, baby.
Power move.
And before we leave, please go ahead and give any shout outs, you know, any
Yeah, this is your time
sponsors you
to-
have, or any
Shit.
shine,
Give love to people.
anything you have in near future or in a long future, anything that we
Where
need
where
to
can
know.
we find you?
My name
Yeah,
is
well-
Adam on the X. You find me anywhere on any socials. Adam on the X, letter X.
Oh, nice.
You can find me at XRock Boise as well, or just xrock.com if you want to catch the show 3 to 8 Mountain Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And just keep your eyes open. Check any Team Liquid highlight reel. I'm also probably there. I wish I was joking. It's crazy
No,
how
it's
many
actually a real
highlights they
thing,
use
guys.
me for. It's fucking nuts. But no, as far as what I have, I'm on a TikTok Esports After Dark, where me and my boy Chosen talk about esports and life surrounding it.
That's so weird that I just recently followed that. I didn't even know
Yo,
you were a part
dude,
of it.
Yeah, I show up every so often.
That's hilarious.
You can also follow me when I try to stream twitch.tv/MC Chizu, Chizu. But we got our Extra Life event coming up here on December 12th.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on when this comes out. And so I'll be working directly with 100.3 The X. It's a little passion project of mine as we raise money for Children's Miracle Network. But yeah, just add Adam on the X. Pick your fucking poison. I'm there. I got
Wherever you want to
and I would
find
love
him.
to have you. What can I say?
No,
I'm unabashedly me, and I never apologize. So again, thank you guys so much for fucking having me today. I cannot begin to say it.
No, like Arthur said, it's great that we all got to chill, hang out, chat, discuss, give advice, and learn from each other. It's literally like why I love doing this. It's why I got into gaming. Really, it's really just a connection for people, and I appreciate Arthur, my favorite co-host, probably my only co-host I'm ever gonna have. I think we're just gonna like road dog it for the rest of our lives.
I just pray, bro.
I'm just gonna take him with me everywhere now.
Bro, when I go to sleep, I sit on my knees and I put my hands on the bed and I pray I stick with you. But
Hey,
you see, no,
yeah.
this time I lied. I don't do that. But I genuinely, brother, think that this is me and you, and we make something out of it, bro.
Heck yeah, and then of course, the
just...
guest, of course, Adam, you've been
y'all cute together.
Delight. You've been a delight. You've been fantastic, and I appreciate you. I love what you bring to the table. Love what you bring to life.
Super smart. Big brain right there, bro.
We're gonna make that part 2 for sure, and we're gonna get really into some nitty gritty. we're gonna pick that brain of yours.
Take those clothes off. I'm sorry, what?
It's okay. That's for a different podcast.
that's for the
fans,
for the other content.
Yeah.
No, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, people watching, this is the Fireside Gamer Gamer Stories. Shout out to Zenny Gaming, dude, Team Liquid at this point, because you guys are out here just fucking
Let's go
repping the
Liquid.
merch.
Let's go Liquid.
You already know. Love you guys all. We will be back next time. Hey, take it easy, guys.
Open mouth kisses for everybody.